Hello everyone, Mike here, and I'm going to be talking about BlueHost. It's a web hosting provider. So here we are, BlueHost.com, and their current deal, it's 2019, is the free domain name for the first year, free SSL certificate, and then one-click WordPress install, which is very important because WordPress is awesome, and if you have a lot of websites like me, you're going to need that to be as easy as possible to transfer the websites over. So it starts at $3.95 per month. It does look like you have to pay to get this deal promotion. You have to sign a 36-month contract, right? So you'd have to pay the total, but they do offer a 30-day full refund. So it's just for the hosting. It looks like if you get the domain name through Bluehost, they won't refund that, which isn't a big deal. Because I actually did some research, which I suggest with your domain names. Do some research, find out the one that's already searched for, and that I won't really care. About $16. You can get them for about 10 to 20 most of the time. They're not a premium domain name. So it doesn't look like that will be refunded. But you make sure if you don't like it, cancel it within the first 30 days. So we'll go ahead and pick our plan. So you can get the basic. It's just one website. So for me, that's not good enough. You can do the plus, but there isn't a big difference price-wise between the Choice Plus. So even this, the Pro, for a high, I would actually consider spending because I want my websites to be fast. Now, if you have a lot of websites, you want them to be fast because that can help with your rankings. But for now, I'll just do the Choice Plus and see how that goes. And you get the free SSL, unlimited websites for all of these. So the one that I came up with, it's actually called thecheapwebhosting.com. You can almost make it an affiliate for this, but its keywords are pretty good. So you can pick your domain name. You don't have to do it now. You can do it later and then go in to the next step here. So you put in your information here. So it's going to show the total price for me, $214.20. So you can scroll down. There's some extras. Take out the extras. I don't even know or care what that is. SEO. Can worry about that myself. You put in the payment information. So also mention, like I said before, this is just the introductory price. So it's going to go up at the end, but you can always cancel it and then sign up later or transfer to a new hosting provider if you find a better deal. Or if you keep it after the 30 months, that is, or the 36 months, that is. But you can always cancel in the first month if you don't like it. So you just put in your information and then see at the next step. Alright, so once you create an account and sign in, you'll get this screen. You can name it, mine's cheap hosting, right? And I'll make that the tagline. We'll just put cheap web hosting site and then do continue. And we'll say create websites for clients. Doesn't really matter, honestly. We can pick one of these themes. Oh, and they're going to install WordPress, so that's good. Alright, so once you're done, you'll be taken back to this page, and you can actually go ahead and view your site. You may have to activate it or launch it, but so I went to the URL, and here we are. We have a website already. So it's that quick to set up, get it running. Obviously, you will have to edit this because the information is wrong, but you can also change the themes. But once we go back to the Bluehost portal here, you can see. So we have the site, manage site, right? I would suggest doing everything through WordPress. You can get new domains. So when you get domain and hosting through the same provider, it's a lot easier because you don't have to change the name servers. So that gets a little bit more complicated. and just email provider. It's up to you if you want to get that. So here's where all your domains will be. So the SSL is not set up at this point, it looks like, but it is private. So auto renew, which you can take that off. So some redirects there. So alright, so let's go into WordPress. So here we are in WordPress. So doing everything through WordPress is a lot better. You can change the theme that BlueHost actually had those themes built in to their hosting service, but you can change it now. So you can come in here, right, and you can pick whatever you want. You can search. You can go to the popular ones. So whatever you want to do. You can go to details, right, and it'll show you what it should actually look like if it's applied. So if you don't do a paid theme, you're gonna have to customize it a lot more. So that's why sometimes I tend to go with the paid themes. But just for tutorial purposes, we'll just pick one of these. So installed, activate. Now, I've found the one thing I will say about WordPress is it is kind of slow. The hosting will definitely help with it, but it's still somewhat slow, even though this is a different hosting provider. So I lean more towards on the. I got, what was it, like somewhat basic standard, it said, for BlueHost. So I've actually, in my other hosting provider, I've upgraded to a WordPress hosting, which is supposed to be geared towards WordPress and better for WordPress, and that's also somewhat slow at times too. On the main WordPress website, the actual website is a little bit faster, but so if we go back to the web page, the actual website, and do a refresh, there it is. It's changed. So obviously this is not as good as the other one, but that's where sometimes you just kind of have to go with a paid theme at that point. So the website is live and active, but it doesn't look that good. Now I would suggest Theme Forest to find a good theme, and then you can upload it to WordPress. So this one's really popular. And do a preview. And a lot of times you can actually use the theme on multiple of your WordPress sites. So this is actually, you would buy something like this for 60 bucks and hopefully you can use it more than once and you really get your money's worth. And you can put on multiple sites, and it would, once you import the dummy data, all you have to do is edit it to fit like your preferences, like your like names up here, whatever, contact information, social media information, things like that. So this has a lot going on, but it's pretty nice looking once it's finally done. So depending on what your niche is, that would determine which theme. But all you do is buy this and you upload it, right? You go back to WordPress and then you can upload it. Here it is, upload in the theme. So you just upload it. Usually I download it right off Theme Forest and then upload it. There's tons of plugins in here for all types of things, Google Analytics, basically everything. That's why I love WordPress. So in conclusion, I would say Bluehost is very user-friendly. As you saw, you can set up the website. Within minutes, you'll have a live website. I mentioned this not being that great, but you always have Theme Forest to help you out with some good themes, so you can get the free themes and update them. So pretty good deal. You do have that 30-day free trial basically, and here is just a quick comparison. I googled Bluehost versus HostGator, and BlueHost basically wins all of them. So for people that have a lot of websites, have a lot going on, want a long-term hosting provider, BlueHost is definitely at the top of the list. There's a lot of them out there, and there's pros and cons to all of them, but I definitely think it's at least worth a try. So let me know if you have any questions.